Hey there, greetings everybody. I want to welcome you to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I am the host of this show, a show dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So we're back here. It's Wednesday night. We're doing a Wednesday Night Favorites, probably the most popular show on this channel. This week I've picked a topic that I've been thinking about for a while. Decided I'm going to give my other fives a rest for 1 week anyways, and we're doing 5 bands that had short careers that I like, or 5 bands that I like that had short careers. You choose it. Whatever comes up, that's what it's going to be. So I picked 5 out. I probably could have picked 10 if I wanted to, but these 5 I'm happy with. They're not in any particular order, just a random selection of, but they're all 5 of them to me I like quite a bit. I guess I could have put them in the order I like them. Maybe I'll do that now. Just give me a second here. Put them all in there the way I like them. And as they say, that's what I like about you. Yeah. And I'm not really quite sure how they fit together, but we'll just do them this way. So the number 5 band, I guess, for bands that had short careers is going to be this band, Canadian band, Max Webster. I think they had 4 or maybe 5 studio albums. I think it was 4 though. I think they had 4 studio albums. All of them really good, this one being my particular favorite. Excellent album. Excellent band. Of course, this is the band in which Kim Mitchell originated in. A Canadian band. This particular album from 1979, they were kind of the sister band of Rush because they toured so much together. And so I got to listen to them quite a bit because of that particular circumstance. Lots of good stuff on this particular album. A Million Vacations is what I had in mind. Yeah, that's been my theme song now for about 45 years, but it hasn't really panned out, but that's been kind of my theme song. I love Kim Mitchell's voice. I like his solo stuff really a lot too. I just think this stuff's just a little bit better. Some real catchy stuff on the albums. And they were a band that mixed it up. So they weren't just a hard rock band or a pop band, or even some progressive rock was in there as well. And they had their own kind of quirky, kind of almost punky stuff at times as well. So they did it all and did it well, I think. Never got really the kind of commercial success as their siblings Rush or even some of the other Canadian bands, but definitely a must try out band if you're looking for something different or something new that you've heard about but you really haven't pursued. Max Webster's a good band. This is a good album to start with too, A Million Vacations. Yeah, so really like this band a lot, and they're going to be in the 5th spot just for today. Number 4, this is a band that I recently got over my not liking them after 40 years of disliking them. And I've come to like them quite a bit, and I'm still working my way through their discography. And they have a short discography. I believe they have, I want to say they have 7 albums, 6 with the original singer, and then I think they did something else after that, but I never really followed that part. So we're talking about The Doors. I picked this one. I think this was their final album, 1971. So they only had 4 or 5 albums, 6 albums, I think, in total together. And then they went the way of the dinosaur, which is really unfortunate because their stuff is really good. And if you'd asked me this 2 or 3 years ago, I would have said I hated it. It's all crap. There's still aspects of their music I think is kind of wussy, but kind of missing something. But overall, I do like them quite a bit. I really like Jim Morrison's voice. I think that they very psychedelic, lots of bluesy stuff going on here. And this particular album itself has my favorite Doors song on it, Riders on the Storm, which I really like a lot. So yeah, the Doors, with the death of Jim Morrison, they went the way of the dinosaur, and that's unfortunate because they had so much good stuff going on here. So the Doors would be number 4, I guess. So number 3, a band that only had 2 or 3 albums. Actually, I think they had 4 in total. Their debut album was an absolute classic, memorable album, well loved with a massive hit single. But I like a lot of stuff on this album. I like the vocals. I love the energy of the music. And we're talking about the Knack, Get the Knack. Yeah, only about 4 albums. They faded right out of existence, which was really unfortunate. I think it was just a timing kind of thing. This album itself, though, was a masterpiece. A great album. Fantastic. She's So Selfish being my particular favorite on here. But, Let Me Out is really killer. High energy. Frustrated. Another really fantastic tune. And then the kind of quirky Siamese twins, The Mother and Me. Really good. And then you got your hits, My Sharona and Good Girls Don't. This is an absolute killer album. The band itself, were kind of in and out for a while, but really they just had those 4 albums and they just really never overcame that and never did much after that. And now a couple of the main guys are gone. So, Get the Knack, By the Knack being their main album, but the Knack themselves, short-lived band, but great band. The next 2, probably easily my favorite of the 4. Hendrix, of course, very short career, 67 to 70, and then he's gone like that. So unfortunate. Such an absolute amazing talent. The 3 albums he put out are all fantastic. I really like Axis Boldest Love. I do like the this one's not bad, but I think Are You Experienced maybe his best album. They're all real good albums. Lots of big hits, lots of really good stuff. Really rockin', kind of bluesy, but this guy was underrated too, I think, as a vocalist. I really like his vocal sounds. I mean, we all know what kind of guitar sound he had. It's extraordinary, but his vocal sounds were not bad either, as well as Noel Redding also singing on a couple tunes too. I don't know if there's any on this particular album that he sang, because I'm not as familiar with this one as the other 2. But absolutely killer group. Hit the scene really strong. We're right at the top, and just like a bright blue star, it burned really bright, and then it's gone. Just blew up in a supernova. So, yeah, just fantastic band. So that's my number 2. Number 1, I think is going to easily be this band, The Police. 5 top stellar albums, all 5 of them absolutely killer. Just proliferated with commercial success, all of them. And plus some of the deep cuts are really good too. I love Sting's voice. I love the overall reggae kind of poppy feel. This one more poppy than the earlier ones, but lots of really good stuff. Just about every album has at least a half dozen songs on it that I absolutely think are great. And yeah, just came and then we're gone just like that. I think this was their last album. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this was their last album. And what a way to go out, with such a classic dynamite album as this one. Yeah, The Police to me, one of those legendary rock bands. And this is one of the bands too that is still getting huge volumes of views. And they haven't done anything now in 40 some years. There's a few other bands like them that are just out there and will probably still be out there in 100 years. They just aren't fading at all. And absolutely killer. So I'm going to put them as my number 1 for today. So the 5 bands that we did for favorites this week. So with my favorites title, which is 5 bands that I love that had short careers. The Police in the number 1 spot. Jimi Hendrix in the number 2 spot. Or The Experience, if you prefer. The Knack in the number 3 spot. The Doors in the number 4 spot. And Max Webster in the number 5 spot. But all 5 of them really good. It's just unfortunate that they just didn't have longer careers. But still, whatever, they burned brightly and then they faded just like that. So there you have it. That's my favorites for this week. My 5 favorite albums. My 5 favorite bands that had short careers. So I hope you've enjoyed this episode. If you have, please hit the like and subscribe. That's much appreciated. Make your comments about the albums I've chosen. If you want to make your own 5 list, that's good too. Maybe you'll trigger enough people put a list in there. it'll trigger a memory, and maybe I'll do another one of these ones. This one was a little bit fun to do. So anyways, please don't forget the notification bell, and we will see you next next Wednesday night for another favorites. We're going to do a 25 next week. I tend to bounce back between 5s and 25s, throwing in the occasional albums ranking, or bands ranking, or the occasional top 10 or something like that. But basically that's what I try to do. So have yourself a good evening and take care. We'll see you next week on Wednesday Night Favorites. Bye.